Ambassador Zethkar's crystalline features gleamed under the Senate chamber's artificial lighting as she delivered what she believed would be the final blow to humanity's galactic presence. The vote had been unanimous among the core species. Humans were too dangerous, too unpredictable, too human to remain part of civilized galactic society. Effective immediately, her voice resonated through the vast chamber. All human vessels are banned from galactic Senate space. All trade agreements are voided. Humanity is hereby quarantined to their primitive solar system. The assembled delegates from 47 species erupted in approving, chittering, warbling, and harmonic resonances. Finally, they could return to the orderly, predictable commerce that had sustained their civilization for millennia. Dr. Elena Vasquez watched the proceedings from Earth's embassy, her weathered hands steady as she activated her quantum communicator. "Control, this is Elena. They've done it. We're out." "Copy that, Elena. Initiating Protocol 7. Within 6 hours, every human freighter, merchant vessel, and transport had vanished from galactic shipping lanes. The exodus was so swift and coordinated that many alien traders initially assumed it was merely the beginning of a gradual withdrawal. Commander Thrix of the Andromedian Trade Consortium was the first to notice something amiss when his cargo of rare Terran orchids, a delicacy worth their weight in platinum among his species, began wilting in the ship's hold. The human agricultural technician who usually maintained the environmental systems was gone, replaced by a vegan botanist who admitted he'd never seen the flowers before. "How difficult can it be?" Thrix muttered, watching his fortune literally dying before his eyes. "Humans are primitive. Surely our advanced science can replicate their methods." By day 3, 17 different species had lodged complaints with the Senate. Cargo ships carrying exotic Terran goods were experiencing unprecedented spoilage rates. The Kepler Mining Corporation discovered that their extraction rates on asteroid belt operations had dropped by 60% without human efficiency consultants, a job title that had seemed redundant until the humans disappeared. Senator Vaxani of the Centauri Commerce Guild stood before an emergency session, her bioluminescent patches flickering with distress. "The shipping schedules are in chaos," she reported. "Humans were handling 73% of our interstellar logistics. We assumed they were simple data entry positions. What none of them had realized was that humans possessed an almost supernatural ability to optimize, improvise, and adapt. Where alien minds saw rigid systems and established protocols, human minds saw shortcuts, efficiencies, and creative solutions. A human cargo coordinator could reroute 3 shipping crises while simultaneously negotiating better fuel contracts and identifying maintenance issues before they became critical. Captain Qatar of the Rigel Express discovered this the hard way when his automated navigation system directed him through what had been the human shortcut through the Badlands, a route that required constant micro-adjustments and split-second decisions that no computer could handle. His ship limped into port 3 weeks behind schedule, carrying a cargo hold full of spoiled goods. Meanwhile, Earth's orbital stations had become hubs of frantic activity. President Chen smiled as she reviewed the reports flooding in from human colonies throughout the Outer Rim, territories that technically fell outside Senate jurisdiction. "Ma'am," her aide announced, "we're receiving communication requests from everyone. The Andromedians are offering triple rates for shipping contracts. The Centauri Guild wants to negotiate emergency logistics support." "Tell them," Chen replied calmly, "that humanity is currently reassessing our galactic relationships." The breaking point came on day 12. The Vegan Medical Council's shipment of critical life-saving medications to the plague-stricken colonies of Tau Ceti had been stuck in bureaucratic limbo for 8 days. 3 different alien logistics companies had failed to navigate the complex interdimensional customs requirements that human administrators had been handling seamlessly for decades. Dr. Yilthara, the Vegan Council's chief administrator, found herself doing something unprecedented, calling Earth directly. "Please," she said, her proud species' natural arrogance cracking. "Our people are dying. The human who used to handle these shipments could process this paperwork in minutes. Our best minds have been working on it for over a week." The response came not from the government but from Jake Morrison, a 34-year-old human who had been the Vegan Council's junior assistant coordinator, a title that had disguised the fact that he single-handedly managed medical supply chains for 6-star systems. "I'll handle it," Jake said simply, "but I'll need an official Senate apology first. And hazard pay. Retroactive hazard pay for the last 5 years, considering how critical this work apparently is." The Senate emergency session that followed was unlike anything in galactic history. Ambassador Zethkar, her crystalline features now dim with exhaustion, addressed a chamber filled with desperate delegates. "It appears," she said slowly, "that we have made an error in judgment." Senator Voxani's bioluminescent patches flickered sarcastically. "An error? Our entire galactic economy is hemorrhaging credits. The humans weren't just participants in our trade networks, they were the backbone of them." The revelation continued to unfold over the following days. Humans, it turned out, had been quietly solving problems throughout the galaxy that other species hadn't even realized existed. They fixed glitches in alien technology, smoothed over cultural misunderstandings between species, and somehow managed to make incompatible systems work together through sheer bloody-minded determination. Most embarrassing was the discovery that several alien innovations that had revolutionized galactic society had actually been human suggestions that had been implemented by alien engineers who took the credit. 3 weeks after the ban was instituted, Ambassador Zethkar found herself aboard a human vessel en route to Earth, carrying formal apologies from 47 different species and a completely restructured trade agreement that recognized humans, not as junior partners but as essential facilitators of galactic civilization. Elena Vasquez met her at Luna Station with a knowing smile. "Welcome back, Ambassador. I trust your species has learned something about the value of human unpredictability?" Zethkar's crystalline features managed something resembling humility. "We have learned, Dr. Vasquez, that chaos and innovation are often the same thing, and that perhaps the galaxy needs a little more chaos." As the human ships began flowing back into galactic trade routes, carrying not just goods but solutions, optimizations, and that indefinable quality that made impossible things work, the aliens finally understood what they had tried to ban. They hadn't been trying to exile a primitive species. They had been trying to exile the beating heart of galactic civilization itself. And the heart, as humans like to say, always finds a way.